Hi everybody, I'm Adrianne Caparuso. Welcome to Ageless with Adrianne. I want to talk to you about a postural position, and I'm going to explain some things to you. So a lot of times I hear my active agers say to me, my butt is flat. I'm getting a flat butt as I'm getting older. And I want to explain some of what could be happening to you. So I've talked about posture, and so oftentimes there's this pelvic tilt. And when your pelvis is tilted and your rib cage is behind your pelvis, it creates, first of all, you have that distended stomach from belly breathing, right? Because you can't breathe properly because you're not in proper alignment here. So you have that happening. But then you also might, now I'm wearing some fitted leggings, but you also might notice that your pants start to sag a little bit. And your pants are sagging and your butt seems flat because you're not using your gluteal muscles. Because what's happening when you're in this position with your pelvis tilted up and your rib cage behind, your back is doing a lot of work. So if you have back pain with this, that makes sense. And your glutes are not firing, and your butt muscles, they're not doing the work that they need to do. So if you were to stand properly, you would see that your butt would start to fill out your pants a little bit better. But when your pelvis is tilted forward, it's very difficult. Your pants will start to hang down and your butt muscles, your gluteal muscles are not doing any work. Why is this important? This is important because first of all, we need to have good posture. It's important so that you don't fall. It's important so that you don't have lower back pain. It's important so that you're not belly breathing and making those muscles distended and weak. So I want you to stand in the mirror, stand sideways in a mirror, and don't correct your posture right away. Just look at your posture. So for me, I want to stand with that pelvic tilt, right? And my shoulders rounded. So I'm consciously making an effort to pull in, it's giving my back better support, and it's making my gluteal muscles work. And I'm bringing my shoulders back and down. Like, again, like somebody's pulling me from the top of my head with a string, like a marionette. I'm pulling myself up and I'm pulling this in. And now this might seem awkward and weird to you initially. And sometimes even for me, when I feel myself correcting my posture, I think this is hard, this doesn't feel good. I want to go back to that more relaxed posture. But it's so bad for your lower back. It's so bad for your stomach. And your body was not created to have this, I guess, it's better to show you, to have this where the ribs sit behind your pelvis. This is not a common posture. I'm sorry, it is a common posture, but it's not the posture your body should have. And it's also going to make walking really hard. It's going to force that head forward a little bit because you're straining to see because your body is not in alignment. And this might seem like, I don't see people with that. I see people like this all the time with this pelvis tilted forward. You have to bring it back. You have to pull your body up and get that spine in alignment so that it's not curved under and you don't have that lower back pain, and you're not going to be a fall risk because you're using your head to see because you can't see and your neck is forward. So the postures that I've talked about, the 3D breathing, the neck distension, and now the pelvic being tilted under, all three of these kind of work hand in hand so that when you're focus on one at a time and see what you can do, the improvements that you can make. But all of these are to prevent falls, because when you have any of them, your gait, the way you walk, is going to be off. So for this one specifically, if I'm walking like this, first of all, my butt is not carrying the weight that it's supposed to carry and doing the job that it's supposed to do. So it will be flat because those muscles aren't working. One of the ways that you can strengthen those muscles is to do some squats, right? Get that booty fired up, get those gluteal muscles fired up so that they stay strong and they don't become flat from that posture. So I want you to think about these things. I want you to look in a mirror and see what posture do you have? Of the three postures I've talked about, which one is yours? Is it the kyphosis with the belly breathing, with the neck forward? It might be all three. You might have this pelvic tilt with your pelvis in front of your ribs. You might have the kyphosis and the neck forward, right? You might have all three. And then we just have to work to get them back. You need to strengthen those muscles. So I want you to check this stuff out and practice pulling yourself up. Practice pulling that pelvis back and looking for more of a straight line here versus a curve where your pelvis is in front of your ribs. Look to see where your ribs are. Are they in line, or is your pelvis in front of them? And pull back. Okay? So these are some things that you can work on. This specific thing is something you can check out to see what is it like, because it will impact. So, well, first of all, it will impact your body and aches and pains. Even just showing that to you, that hurt my lower back. Like I could feel that in my lower back immediately, because it's not how my back is supposed to be. So I want you to look at these things, and I want you to focus on that posture. One of the things posturally you can try to do is just stand back against a wall and keep your shoulders back. If I were to do this with a bad posture, let me try and move. If I were to do that with my bad posture, there's no way that my lower back would be touching the wall. I can't, like my pelvis is out too far. You want to try to keep your butt and shoulders back against a wall and see how that works for you and how you feel. Okay? So this is something I want you to check out. I want to see what your posture is. If you have questions about your posture, drop them in the comments below. Leave me a message, and we'll see if we can help get your posture corrected so that we can reduce your risk of falls. Thanks so much.